Bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me. Bless his holy name. I'm Alvin, Daniels, proud, humble minister of the Hope Church of Christ, giving God the honor, the praise, and the glory. Thankful to be able to bring this word of devotion to you even on this morning. Let me share God's word with you from one of my all-time favorite Psalms, Psalm 27, verse 13 and verse number 14. We have God's great servant, the sweet psalmist of Israel, saying, I had fainted unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Simply titled, Wait. Sometimes the hardest thing to do in life is just to wait, to be patient, to endure until God comes through for us. If it were an easy thing, everybody would do it. And the psalmist says that he struggled. He said, I had fainted, almost gave up, almost gave out, almost gave in, almost threw in my towel. And how many of us almost gave up on God because we just simply got tired of waiting? And I don't know what it is that you're waiting for this morning. Sometimes being lonely all by yourself, being a single servant. Sometimes you just get tired of waiting on your mate, your companionship to come along. Sometimes if you've been struggling financially, whatever it is, sometimes you just get tired of struggling. And you're saying, God, why do I have to wait so long? And maybe you're waiting for something to change in your life, and you're just tired of waiting. The psalmist is honest. He says, I almost gave up myself. He said, but unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of living. And so he had his anchor in God. There's a hope in God. And as long as you have your hope, you'll be able to endure. Never give up on your hope, because sometimes all you got is your hope. Hope is this expectation, this forward leaning. And you know that God is going to make a way somehow. God is going to come through. God is going to answer your prayer, although he's not answered yet. The psalmist says, I would have given up too unless I had believed to see. See, your faith and your hope, they're in tandem one with the other. And as long as you got faith and hope, you can endure anything. You can outlast any situation, any circumstance. And I don't know what your struggle is, and I don't know what your strife is in your life, and I don't know what your plight is in life. But if you hold on to God's unchanging hand, everything is going to be all right. Job, God's servant, said, out of all my appointed days, I'm just going to wait until my change comes. And let me share three things with you. Sometimes while we're waiting, God is doing something. God allows stuff to happen to us oftentimes because God needs to change us from the outside in. A lot of times the stuff that we go through while we're waiting in life, it is to help us to gain a greater perspective on life. All things work together for good for them that love the Lord and called according to his purpose and his plan. See, sometimes, beloved, we go through things so that we can gain some strength. I hear Job in the 23rd chapter, verse number 10 of his book. He says, though I am tried, I shall come forth as pure gold. Sometimes God want to do something in us. He needs to change us from the inside out. And sometimes God has our blessings, but we are not necessarily prepared for our blessing. We're not prepared for our husband, our wives. We're not ready for what God has in store for us. And sometimes God has to do a work on us on the inside. God does that work while we're waiting. And sometimes, beloved, God is in preparation with our blessing. Sometimes we're ready. We're set, we're ready to go, we're ready to receive our blessing, but sometimes our blessing is not ready for us. Don't rush God, don't push God, because you never know what God is doing. Sometimes God is preparing something for you. Sometimes God is keeping you from destruction. Sometimes delayed don't mean denied. It means that, simply put, God is working something out that you just can't even see. So the psalmist says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, he shall strengthen thy heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Stand still. Let God fight your battles. Trust in him. Put your hope in God. Just set your anchor down and just wait on him. Because when you wait on God, you're saying that, God, I trust you. I don't know what you're doing. And when you don't wait on God, you're saying, God, you're not enough for me. God, you're taking too long. God, you're a little too slow. But when you really trust God, you know that even when God is late, he's still on time. All you got to do is ask Mary and Martha, Lord, if you had been here, my brother had not died. This ain't about you. This is about the glory of God. And sometimes when waiting, we look at ourselves. Don't look at yourself. Look at God's eternal plan. And beloved, I hope, trust, pray that these sobering words might be a blessing to your life. Just wait. Pause your life. Trust in God. He's doing something to you. He's doing something in you. He's doing something through you. And he's preparing something great for you. Just wait. Till the next time, God is good all the time. And all the time, God is showing up good.